Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me once again. You are always most welcome. Today, just another quick one. We've been talking recently, I've been showing some of these shorts that are really just showing these beautifully conceived short videos showing the actual instructions in like a 3D stop motion style of building up the kits from ICM. And we've talked about how cleverly they've come up with this concept. And it struck me, and I've commented at length about how frustrated it makes me about other manufacturers that don't seem to put any effort into instructions at all. And here we have a company, and this came about because I made a couple of comments about the quality of the printing, of the, not so much the printing, but the quality of the depth of the graphics. And they thanked me for the feedback and said they were going to go and talk to the design team because obviously they can see what I meant. But they said, but don't worry because we have this. So I'm just zooming you in now. So this is just their YouTube webpage, which is very much worthy of your time. And you can see here that they've got they're promoting the Ghost of Kiev kit, which of course 50% of that was supporting the Ukrainian Air Force. But also you've got all these other kits that I've just been talking about. So you've got the German, I did a review recently of the German staff car, the Daimler-Benz on the left. We had the Bronco. This is the 172 Bronco. We've got the fire truck, and we've got the Tara US Sky Crane helicopter, and the Krieg's fish cutter boat, ship I should say, and so on. And I think it's the ones that they feel are going to be the bigger sellers that they have decided to go and do this, 3D graphic illustration type instructions. I'm just going to click on this one. We'll kill the sound on this one, but this is the 48 scale version of the AV10 Bronco. But look how nicely they've done this, and it's a bit like watching one of Tom Griegart, the famous modeller who does the 3D stop motion photography so beautifully. It's like watching one of his videos, isn't it, really? I find it quite therapeutic, but it's just so nice to see the part numbers clearly stated, where the parts all go. And it leaves you, able to get on with the work and enjoy the build and not be, back and forth trying to figure out where something goes, which way up it should be, etc, etc. Well, there you go, some antennas on the aircraft, and we know I commented at length about our friends at Kinetic and how badly they'd done that on the Sea Harrier. They got antennas on 2 different pages shown in all different places and were all completely contradictory to each other. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? It's just a joy to see a company trying to do things really, really well. I mean, that's even beyond what Tamiya have done, really. So I think they're in a little league of their own in this respect. I think that once you know, if they have a video for it, it's a must watch, if you're going to build that kit, showing the colour call-outs at the end there. But it's a must have, isn't it? You've got to go and watch it for sure, because it's going to make your life very easy, very easy. But still, you've got the challenge of building it, you've got the challenge of getting it right, of fitting it well, painting it well, doing all the weathering, etc, etc, and any dioramas or figures or whatever. The point is, I've said it before, modelling should be fun. It should be a challenge. It should definitely challenge you, and I think you should try to keep improving, keep challenging yourself. But it shouldn't be a battle, it shouldn't be a fight, it shouldn't be a miserable, bad experience. ICM have ensured with their clever innovation that's not going to be the case with these kits. So I just wanted to draw your attention to the website. I'll just close that down now. We'll shut that, just go back and as I say, have a good look at the ICM plastic kits. This is their homepage on YouTube. And yeah, I think you should give it a good look. There's quite a lot of interesting things. They've only got this is a new venture for them, so I think what they're doing, they're starting sort of in the last 12 months they've started to produce these instructional vids on the items they know are going to sell very well, because obviously I'm sure it would take up a lot of resource to do for every kit, when you've got a small kit of figures or something. You don't need it really for something like that. But the more complicated kits like the aircraft and the helicopter and things like that, yeah. In fact, I'm just going to have a very quick nosy at that helicopter, because I know there are two versions of it. I think there's minimal differences between the two, but I'm just going to have a quick look at this. I'm going to zoom into it, zoom you in. Let's have a look, because we know this is a kit that's coming. Don't worry, folks. We're going to be getting, I think, the daisy cutter version. The one's got the huge daisy cutter bomb, which is a jungle clearance munition. But you see here, you know, and helicopters for me, I'm not a helicopter builder. I think I've only built one, possibly two I think, my entire life. But look at the way they show it. It leaves you completely without doubt about exactly how to position things, and that's what we need more of. Isn't it wonderful, that? And as I said, it's quite therapeutic to watch. Try not to have the music on too loud. I mean, you freeze the frame and you've got the best instructions in the world, haven't you, really? Just wonderful, just wonderful. Look at that, the gearbox, look. Just going to fast forward a bit. Look at this engine, look at that. Oh wow. I mean, there's a lot of very fine pieces here, you know, and again, if you're not a helicopter regular builder like me, I think you'll find this is absolutely, you know, essential viewing. You can't build without it, really. This will save you so much time guessworking and researching. Look at that. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh my word. That's a work of art. It's just a wonderful piece of conceptual art, isn't it, really? And it's been conceived for all the right reasons and well executed. And there you go. There you go. So, as I said earlier, it's not on every kit. It's going to be on what they think are going to be the better sellers, understandably so, because it must require quite a lot of time to have somebody design that, graphic designers working on it, you know. But I think it's worthy of highlighting. And I did remember they did this on the Bronco, and I'd forgotten that they were continuing doing it actually. So when they brought it to my attention, I was like, I looked on this page and I thought, oh boy, I forgot just how good this company really are. Yeah. And I wouldn't say that if I didn't really believe it. And I want to see others make more effort like this, you know. And I say to you now that, I said this previously before ICM contacted me to do this sort of joint venture collaboration. I am now avoiding manufacturers who can't be bothered. So Border brought out their FW190 A4, I think it is. Is it A4? Or is it the AA? I don't remember. Anyway, the new one, it's in 1/35th scale. And it looks a gorgeous bit of plastic. It really looks nice. But again, they haven't done it properly. They haven't given you any clues about the colours of the parts, even though it's such a big and impressive kit. Their instructions leave a lot to be desired, along with most of those Far Eastern companies. So I've just decided I'm not going to support them. I'm not going to buy their product. And they need to get the message, and if people keep saying it loudly and their sales drop, they will understand that this is the reason. We shouldn't just accept whatever crumbs these companies want to put on the table. You know, really clever, innovative companies that have got clever designers, people who are modellers, I suspect, are coming up with things like this at ICM. Why can't the others do something similar? This has raised the standard of scale model kits, I think. Those videos are actually a disproportionate bonus. I think it's great, you know, and I want to see others do it. I'm not just saying this to praise ICM because they send me kits for free, but I want to see that sort of beautiful forethought, that standard of innovation and thinking and attention to detail. It's just lacking elsewhere. And I look at some kits and I think, you know, we all know the pain I went through with the old Kinetic Sea Harrier, and that was, yeah, they have improved in fairness on some of theirs, but they're still not great. They're still not to this standard at all. And it's such a, you know, it only requires one person. They won't even give you any much of a potted history really about the aircraft. They need, these companies, not just Kinetic, I'm not bashing them. Companies need to understand that if they're charging £100 for a kit, it needs to be a professionally presented quality product, and that is not the case with many of them. It isn't. It's just nice plastic and like it or lump it. Well, ICM are going way beyond that. They've got nice plastic, they've got lovely moulding, but they're giving you a lot more than that. And why can't we have that from others? So anyway, I'm not going to moan about it. This is a positive thing. This is something, really, it's the answer to my prayers. I've been banging on about this for 2 or 3 years now. So I think everyone should praise ICM, support them for obvious reasons, for our friends that are in the Ukraine. But you've got every reason to support them because their product is good, their instructions are great now, they're making the effort, they're coming up with well-priced products. And I said it before, they're the company of the future. They're the company of the future. You know, Airfix, Revell, all these other companies, they need to sit up and they need to raise their game. Just pumping out, you know, a nicely injection moulded kit isn't enough, especially at some of the prices that are being asked. You know. Anyway, there we go. That's my 2 penneth. I wanted to just show you the ICM page there on YouTube. If you haven't seen it already, you should definitely check that out. I'll put a link at the end of the video so you can have a look. And thank you very much for watching. Thank you to ICM for making this a nice story to talk about. I sound like I'm ranting, but I'm only ranting because it just proves what I've been saying for 2 or 3 years now, that it can easily be done. Okay, not easily, but it can be done. It's achievable. You know, here's a company under the along with, you know, all those other guys like Clear Proper Models Vit and Mini Art and many others, under the most difficult conditions. If they can produce this, there's no reason the Far Eastern companies can't do something similar, and we can all have a much better quality of product in the industry generally. It's time that they moved on from this thinking. You know, they just want to make it as cheap as possible, make no effort at all, and then you've got to spend a couple of months researching, like I did on Harriers, to understand in detail how to get it right. That's not good enough. Here we have exactly what we're looking for. Beautifully thought out and beautifully executed. Well done, ICM. 10 out of 10 for you. Thank you for watching. I hope you give me 10 out of 10 with a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and ding the notification bell, etc, etc. And I'll be back like Arnie very soon with some more kits to review from ICM and other things as well. In the meantime, thanks very much for watching. Please take care of yourselves and bye for now.